you have the King of Swords. So you could be dealing with an air sign, possibly. Doesn't have to be an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini, or you have this in your chart. But for the most part, it looks like you're taking on the energy of this King of Swords. Doesn't have to be a king, I said, right? This energy is of someone that is very cutthroat. No BS. They don't stand for the BS. They got that sword, so you can't lie to them. They'll cut through it. They can spot a lie a mile away. They are very, what is that? Very smart, very intellectual. They look at the facts. They are truth seekers. They are, could be justice system, a professional, you know, a lawyer, a judge, whatever we want to call a professional nowadays, psychologist, something like that, that you have recently received some kind of information from, and this is giving you some kind of clarity, because this is a very clear way of thinking where you don't necessarily let the emotions get involved in your decision making, because whatever information you have is just pretty obvious and it's the facts, and very unlikely that it's not the truth because you have the facts, right? Others of you, this is you cutting away with people, places, situations in your life that you just no longer resonate with, that you have outgrown, that have lied, that have cheated. So it's like, bye type of energy. Okay, addictions as well, small percentage. Now, let's talk about your present energy. You have the Five of Wands. So this would be arguments, tug of war energy, pettiness, not going anywhere, gossip. Fives are about changes, so there's a need to change the way that you interact with people, or you're getting away from people that overact. This is a lot of fighting. Could be in, you know, any scenario. Maybe all your scenarios apparently have been like this, where there's arguments at work, there's arguments at home, there's arguments with your loved one. It's like, damn, why does everybody want to fight with me all of a sudden? Right? Some of you guys, maybe you're realizing that you have kind of been too nice and kind of let them do this because it wasn't bothering you, but it seems to be taking a toll, so now you got to cut that out. How? Different ways, obviously. Some of you guys are just going to leave the situation, leave the place, leave the person, leave town, you know, or just get yourself out of that conflict type scenario. Not wanting to involve yourself in that type of unhealthiness, that type of talk, that negative talk, the banter, the getting nowhere, arguments. It could also have to do with some kind of internal conflict or struggle that you're dealing with, or, well, we already said the external, right? But something apparently is becoming clear. Your near future. Oh, you have the Hermit. You could be dealing with a Virgo. So this is a very spiritual type of energy. This is someone that doesn't let actually the external influences affect them. They go within and they seek the light. That's inner wisdom, right? So basically they're telling you that you already have the answers. You've kind of always had them. Different reasons why you didn't take your own advice or you just didn't have that kind of time to quiet your mind, probably because of all this conflict over here, all this noise, surrounded by noise. So the Hermit is someone that detaches from that. It's like that monk, you know, you go away from the noise of, actually more like, let's think about Moses. You know, Moses, he goes up to the mountain and he sees that burning bush, right? And depending what you believe in or whatever, I'm just trying to tell you because a lot of people know this story. And then there's the burning bush, and this is like God, whoever your creator is, giving all this knowledge, right? The 10 Commandments. So now there's like specific things that you know what to do, like it's a plan. And then he brings it down to the world, and they're all in chaos, right? They don't know what to do. They're like so disorganized, and this helps humanity. So it's finding that quiet place, whether it's an actual place or whether it's through meditation, where you can clearly decipher through your thoughts and receive the knowledge, the information that the divine, your higher self, yourself, whoever it is you believe in, has been trying to tell you. But for that, you got to get away from the noise and find that answer. There's a lot of honest communication with yourself as to, like, Capricorn, what is it that you really want to do? Honestly, what is it that you want? What is it that you seek? What is it that you're going to go for? What's your plan? What's the strategy? Right? Nice. Some of you guys could be on a soul searching type of journey. Spiritual growth, spiritual retreat, spiritual. Beneath the deck, you have the 5 of Cups. Another 5, so another need to change something and another challenge. So the 5 of Cups is the card that we talk about when we're trying to tell you guys. It's that whole crying over spilled milk. So usually it doesn't show it on this particular card, but usually there's like some cups in front that are like all turned over. The liquid is out. And then there's like 2 cups behind, which basically is a representation of someone focusing too much on what they don't have, what has been lost, what has taken an emotional toll on them, and not turning around and seeing what else is out there, not seeing the support, not seeing the brighter side of things. This chick is looking at the 4 cups, and she has one in her hand about to drink from it. So it seems like you guys are getting out of that mentality. If you were feeling guilt or you were feeling regret, that's changing. You're seeing that cup more full than if you were seeing it, empty. And you are doing this a lot by yourself, drinking from your own cup. So kind of like taking your own advice, where maybe before you knew it, but you didn't do it. So there's a need to change the way that you express your emotions, or the way that you haven't. It seems like some of you guys might have been a bit closed off and not really wanting to talk about it, probably because you felt that it's not their business, right? But this has caused some kind of conflict. People kind of want to know what's going on your side. They want to help you. Something like that, my Capricorns. We'll get more info. You guys could have been going through that dark night of the soul, feeling a bit depressed and not, again, wanting people to be involved. You wanted to figure this out on your own. Self-healing. There you go. Some of you guys have been doing an amazing job healing yourselves by that whole cutting away with things that just you've already known wouldn't serve you. So it would be like kind of like, well, duh. Obviously, I know maybe I drink too much, or maybe I do whatever too much. Obviously, I know if I don't do that, things will be better, but everybody copes with things however they want, and at the time that they want. So one time frame won't be the same as somebody else's. Okay, clarifying the King of Swords is the World. Nice. Beautiful. This is a whole new cycle, a whole new pattern. Not even a new beginning. You could be dealing with a fixed sign, a Scorpio, a Taurus, a Leo, or an Aquarius. So those are very fixed energies. So some of you guys maybe didn't realize how fixated you were on certain things. Or like I just said, you did, but you didn't want to do anything about it. You know? The world is about ending things, and beginning new things. You might have felt like whatever is going on in the world has been taking a toll on you, which is understandable. You know, it would make sense. But this is cutting away. This is starting fresh. Maybe there's something that you are launching out to the world. So remember in the beginning, I was saying something like how to start like a business, how to start something from home. Like there was a different way that maybe you thought about it before, like you had to have an office and you had to have all the perfect equipment and you had to have all this. It seemed overwhelming. And now once you are able to, I don't know if somebody told you or you've just seen or it just came to you, where you're realizing you don't need that much at all to do what it is that you've wanted to do. Or you don't have to start it up at that scale. You can start off pretty small. I mean, like me, look, let me show you. This right here, that's just some construction paper. The butterflies, a 99-cent store. All this is 99-cent store. I use my phone. So technically, this whole thing, you could start your own YouTube stuff, what, like, let's say $40? I'm saying. It's not very overwhelming. The Five of Wands is clarified by the Devil in reverse. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You know why? Because that means that whatever you were struggling with, dealing with, that conflict, you're getting yourself out of that. Self-healing, healing yourself. You saw that maybe certain things were too much, so you're not there anymore. It could have been an addiction. It could have been a karmic lesson. You know, something that you can honestly just release and you know you won't come back to because you learned what it was that you needed to learn, and you did this apparently for many of you on your own terms, and that is like a big accomplishment. Something that you were very it could also be like a soul contract you felt stuck in, like it was unhealthy, it was toxic, a relationship, a person, whatever. It was a constant struggle back and forth. You're realizing, or you're going to realize, or my Capricorns realize, that it's a simple little tweak. It's not even close to where you think it is or it's going to be. It's not that hard. It's not hard at all. It's pretty simple for some of you guys, especially if it's a person that is not related to you. You're just going to decide to not be all nice and answer the phone calls. Like, you know what, I just won't talk to you. Apparently you're draining my energy, so what if I just don't talk to you? How about that? How easy was that, right? So you're could be, it seems like new cycles, new circles, new circle of friends, new support systems, new coping systems. This is what you're discovering. Nice. Ego. Maniacs, apparently, were in your life. Now let's clarify the Hermit. Guess what it's clarified by? What? The Hermit in reverse. So all that time that some of you guys were just kind of keeping to yourself, over isolating, where people thought you were just so depressed, or what's wrong with you? Why don't you want to talk to us? Or what did I do? Or, you know, whoever you're connected with. It's like a complete, like it's like a mirroring. Like you could have been dealing with someone that you had to learn from. Like, I guess kind of like a twin flame, a soulmate, a contract. This contract is over. You had to learn from each other. And you know how sometimes, well, many times, you attract the kind of people that have to do with what situation you got going on. And you wouldn't have seen it until you see it in them. And then you realize, like, dang, they're kind of going through what I'm going through, but I never noticed. So then you're kind of helping each other. I know I'm not explaining it right, but it's a mirroring effect. You were placed in that particular situation. You had to deal with this type of struggle because it was like an internal struggle. And then for some reason, you're realizing that in your external environment, you were kind of dealing with the same thing. And then that makes sense. Like, oh, shoot, well, let me fix this within first. And then you notice that the outside started getting better and better because you fixed whatever the heck you were struggling with. You found the answers. You found what it is that you wanted to find, or for some of you, you didn't even know that this is what you wanted, but you found it. Could be dealing with some Virgos, or you're seeing somebody else's perfect perspective. This king of swords looks at the big picture. And it makes more sense when you look at everybody's angle as opposed to just yourself. Beneath the deck, you have the Four of Cups in reverse. So, oh, I like that because usually the Four of Cups, when it's like this, is basically like this guy, right? He's looking at those three cups and not very happy, not very excited, kind of bored. That won't even look at that one because it's like, I mean, I kind of see it in the, peripheral of my eye. Like I see there's something there, but I could tell it's kind of the same as these. So I don't even want it. I'm not even going to look at it. Like it's just the same patterns, the same people, the same situation, same. Right? Well, now I feel when it's this way, you are taking action. You're seeing it the other way. Like, hey, it doesn't have to be empty. Everybody's not the same. And obviously, if something is happening over and over, something needs to change, right? It's the same pattern, same cycle. So if I keep doing the same thing, I'm going to get the same results. So what if I just do something different or go for someone different? It's just like a bit of inspiration there, which is, you would think is kind of common sense, right? You would assume that it is common sense, but a lot of people don't even want to try it. It's like, for what? But you are. Whatever you were dealing with, obviously there was no growth potential. There was nothing happening. Your creativity was being stifled. You couldn't create where you were. You weren't inspired where you were. The relationship was going nowhere. There was, whether it's, romantic or at work, it's like you already did everything that you could do there. And that was becoming kind of depressing. But you're taking action. Good for you. Let me see. Let's see what's going on in your love life. You're not missing out. You don't want to miss this opportunity. No more missed opportunities. And whatever happened before, if you feel like you missed it, it's for a reason. And you're understanding this. Something about the serenity prayer. Okay, let's see about your love life, my Capricorns. Make an effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Oh, maybe you didn't even want to look into that. You didn't even care about that. You were focused more maybe on your money. And something has triggered you to realize, like, hey, they're not all the same. Let me just give it a try. Let's just try it out, right? Or not go out with the intention of, oh, I'm going to meet someone. Why don't I just go and have fun? Because you deserve love. You are lovable. Oh, beautiful. Stay there. And now let's give you a, what is this? The Enchanted Map Oracle card. Oracle cards for your advice from the Divine. You have the Mountain, number 6, and it's in reverse. So let's see what this is. Hold on, my Capricorns, don't leave me. Let me read this. This is important. They want you to know this. This will help you tremendously. So the Mountain, when it's reversed, it says there is an obstacle to your inquiry. This is not the time to move forward. Wait a while, be patient, and a way around the mountain will be revealed. Pushing forward isn't in your highest good. Don't try to climb too high to grasp the prize that seems out of reach, because it is, for now. If you exceed your limits, you'll find yourself tumbling down and you'll get hurt. Remain open to a new possibility rather than stubbornly forging ahead. Okay, I hope that makes sense for some of you guys.